everyone, I'm Marissa and today's focus is on flexibility. Stretching is really important to incorporate throughout your workouts during the week, as stretching helps to prevent injury, decreases muscle soreness, and increases blood flow to your muscles and prepares you for any sort of physical activity that you love. So today we will be doing two types of stretching. The first type of stretching we'll be doing is dynamic stretching, and that is increasing the range of motion to a muscle or a joint while moving. The second type of stretching we will do is static stretching, and static stretching is where you hold a stretch for about 15 to 30 seconds, and that helps to increase the end range of motion of a muscle and improves that flexibility. So improving your flexibility is very important, and I highly encourage you to do this in the morning, maybe at night, or take a break in between classes or the workday and get a little movement in, feel nice and loose and warmed up. So let's get started today with some jumping jacks, a dynamic warm-up. So basic jumping jacks, jump your feet out and together, getting nice and warm, getting that heart rate up. Awesome job. And we'll switch to high knees in 3, 2, and 1. Get those knees up, option to march it out or jog it out, high knees. Engage that core. Push off the balls of your feet. Breathe. And bottom kickers in 3, 2, and 1. Bottom kickers right here, stretching out those quads. Again, option to step it out, stretching the fronts of our thighs, our quadriceps. Nice job. We'll move on to leg swings in 3, 2, and 1. Leg swings, loosening up those hip flexors right here. We'll just do 5 on each side and switch it out. Starting to stretch out that hamstring, hip flexors. Awesome, now we're going to move on to some high kicks. So stretching out our hamstrings behind our legs. So just kick it out in front of you, alternate sides. Take it out whatever height you're at. Maybe even keep a slight bend in your knee. Just loosening up our hamstrings. Let's do 2 more each side. And 1. All right, now let's loosen up our shoulders. Take big arm circles backwards. Breathe. And switch arm circles forwards. Loosening up our shoulder joints right here. And now take a few hugs. Grab for your shoulders, alternate sides, warming up those back muscles, a little bit of core right here. Awesome. We'll move on to a trunk twist. So we're gonna stretch out our core, obliques, a little bit of spine, bring some blood flow to our spine. Nice and easy trunk twist here. And maybe 2 more. Awesome. Now we're going to loosen up our neck a little bit. So take a few neck rolls. We'll do 3 on each side and switch directions. Awesome. Now we're going to move to our torso and shoulders. So a little bit bigger, opening up our chest and shoulders. Feeling that movement, should feel nice in your spine. And switch directions. Awesome job. So we kind of focused on legs, torso, shoulders, neck. You should feel a little bit warmed up and ready to move on to some static stretches. So we're going to start out with our feet hips width apart. So you're going to bend your knees a little bit and fold your torso forward. We're going to focus on our low backs, just stretching that out. You can grab for opposite elbows or hang your arms down. Shake your head side to side. Maybe nod your head yes and no. Really bend your legs and you should feel a nice stretch in your low back. Maybe sway back and forth. Awesome. Release your hands, slowly roll all the way up. We're going to take a quadricep stretch. So we're going to stretch out the fronts of our thighs here. Grab for your foot, balance. This is also opening up your hip flexor, your psoas muscle. Nice. And switch sides. Great job, everyone. Really point that knee downward. Nice. And let's move on to our hamstrings. So we're just going to take a nice standing forward fold. So fold forward, you can bend your knees a little bit depending on your flexibility. And then just try and pedal out your legs here. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Starting to loosen up those hamstrings. A little dynamic and static right here. And then slowly straighten your legs and try and fold forward. Reach as far down to your toes as possible. And then come back up. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. So feet apart, reach down to the middle, stretching out your hamstrings. Breathe. And now walk your hands over to one side. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg, a little bit of your calf muscles. And now shift your hips over to one side. So from center, shift your hips over to the opposite foot. Yeah, that should feel nice and good on your inner thigh. And then walk your hands over to the other side, switch. And if your hips are centered, now shift your hips over to the opposite foot. Just breathe into this stretch in the backs of your legs. Slowly come back to center and roll all the way up. Now we're going to stretch out our inner thighs, a little bit of outer thighs here with some lateral lunges. So you're going to lunge over to one side. You can place your hands on your knee here. You should feel a nice stretch in your inner thigh. Maybe lunge a little bit lower, send those hips back. Great job. And then slowly come up and switch sides. Lateral lunge, feeling that stretch in your inner thigh. Breathe. And then slowly come all the way up. We're going to take a lat stretch, so the sides of our back, a little bit of obliques here. Inhale, and then exhale, reach over to one side. Really focus on squaring your hips and shoulders to the front. Maybe gaze up at your hand, or look down, find a neutral neck. And then inhale back up and switch sides. Nice lat stretch. Really lengthen through, but relax your shoulder. Awesome. And then inhale, slowly come up. And we're going to take a tricep stretch. So pat yourself on the back, grab for your elbow, and then stretch out the backs of your arms, your triceps. Breathe. If you want to increase the stretch, maybe take a little lean over to the side. And then inhale back to center, switch it out, pat yourself on the back, grab for your elbow, tricep stretch. Maybe increase that stretch and lean a little bit over to the side. Awesome. Now we're going to stretch out those shoulders. So cross one arm over. The other hand grabs. You can option to just grab your forearm just like this. Wherever you're at, you should feel a nice stretch in your rotator cuff, a little bit of your back. And then switch it out. Awesome. Breathe into that shoulder stretch. then from here, clasp your hands behind you. We're going to stretch out the front of our deltoids, anterior deltoid. So grab for your hands behind you just like this, and then slowly start to just stretch it out. Maybe shift your shoulders side to side. You can even increase the stretch and maybe fold forward. Release your head and neck. Slowly come all the way up. Now we're going to do a few neck stretches. So take your hand, place it on the side of your head, and then just gently press down, and you should feel a nice stretch in the side of your neck here. And then we're going to stretch a little bit of your trapezius, your upper traps. So place your hand on the back of your head, and then just gaze downward and gently press on the back of your head. You should feel a nice stretch in your neck and your traps. And then switch it out. Now place your hand on the side of your head and stretch out your neck. Maybe reach for that hand in the opposite direction. And then switch to looking downward. Gently press, or maybe do any sort of movements that feel good to open up your neck. Awesome job. And now bring your feet together, take a deep inhale, reach up. You're going to goal post your arms. We're going to stretch out our pectoralis major, your chest muscle. Inhale and exhale, open up your chest, shift your hips forward, arch your back, engage your core. And then inhale, reach up. One more in, exhale, open up your chest. Take a deep breath in, and exhale. One more inhale, and exhale. Great job, everyone. That was a dynamic warm-up just to loosen up your full body, get that blood flowing, and a little bit of static stretching just to warm up every single muscle in our body. Hopefully you're feeling great. Like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Fit4L with Marissa. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.